Hi, this is Simon from Fingers on Plastic. Wrestlemania has been and gone, and I wanted to share a few thoughts about night one. So, I had a chat with my friend from Toy Therapy, and this is our our brief thoughts about it. Right. So we are here to talk about WrestleMania. You've only watched night one, is that right?
Yeah, I've been a bit crap with it. Sorry for my language. It's just me and Sarah. My partner. We were just going to watch it on Monday, and then just try and watch it because we don't want to just waste our weekend and doing other things. We had other things to do and things like that. So. Other things were happening on the Sunday as well because it was a friend's birthday. So we just want to watch it on the Monday, but we completely forgot. We didn't know it was going to be in two parters until the weekend hit.
And I've just lost all track of days, life, and everything.
Hence the reason.
Did you watch the pre-show?
No, I haven't. I will watch that at some point this week. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch all my viewing in the next couple of days. I want to try and spread it out a little bit.
It's pretty cool, but there's a move Cesaro does near the end where he spins round and he puts his hands on his hips, so he does like the spin without using his hands, and then just launches him into this power bomb thing. It's really cool, and it gets a thumbs up from me. But you haven't seen it yet, so because obviously it's 2 nights. I like to break. I've got notes and everything.
My notes are still up there at the moment. I'm still digesting the first night.
Well, so it starts off with Stephanie McMahon saying it's a bit of a weird time. And it's funny because did you think like a month or so ago that WrestleMania was still going to go ahead, or did you think they'd cancel?
I really thought they were going to cancel.
Yeah, I thought they'd push it because it's so weird without the crowd. We'll talk about that when we get into some of the matches.
Well, actually, to be honest, though, I will say something because they have done an empty arena match before this coronavirus. Mick Foley versus Mankind. Halftime heat, if I remember, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
one of my favorites of all time because of comedy value.
I love that.
And I love that whole match. But this, I can't. Not sorry. It's.
I'm all right with it because I do wish they'd play music or something in the background. Does that make sense? Something.
They could have had, and Sarah said this, which was a really good point. I said it would be nice if they had like background crowd and then turn it up when they make a spot or whatever.
Oh, like canned laughter. Crowd.
And that, but they could, and Sarah said, I think this is an ingenious idea what Sarah come up with. Had the locker room in the back who were not wrestling that night.
Like, they can't, can they? They're trying to keep it so there's only... Because AEW tried that, and they had a few locker room people, and it was still pretty weird. I actually prefer it with nobody. But
crowd, like, raising it and turning it down and things like that, that would have worked. And I think it might have been a little bit less distracting, because I did find it distracting. Because you could really hear, and I said this to Sarah as well, because wrestling's always been a soap opera, which it is.
Yeah.
And they added a lot of talking into the matches as well, like the smack talking, things like that. And I thought this is just like in a way, Neighbours or EastEnders or Coronation Street, whatever you watch, it reminded me of that. And for me, I found it a bit hard to swallow. I understand why they did it, and I understood the dynamic of it, but I found it a bit too much.
Agree and disagree. Because the smack talk is often there. What I like is that you can hear the the impact more. I think they're knocking Seven Sage sugar lumps out of each other a little bit extra to make up for it, which makes it a bit more brutal. So we'll say. So the first match was the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nicki Cross. What do you think?
I thought it was not a bad match. It's not a great match by any means. There was a few little, a bit off timing in the match. There was a bit off timing because I think, don't forget as well, with the crowds, you could easily get get lost in the crowd, and in any of the matches you could not get lost in the crowd because there was none at all. So there's nothing like the woes and the downs and the pops and stuff. So you didn't have that. But as a match, I tell you, I was really behind Nicki Cross, and I loved her new attire as well. I thought that was really cool.
I like Nicki Cross, but I think Asuka has been the MVP recently because she's just clearly thought, stuff it, and gone mad. You know, constantly screaming Japanese and all that. I think it's awesome. I absolutely love her. And she terrifies me as well because she could truly kick 7 shades out of someone. I think Asuka's awesome. And I did have the match. I would have liked the Kabuki Warriors to have won.
To be honest, I had this match spoiled for me. Because it's over 2 nights, I was avoiding spoilers like there's no tomorrow, and things were just popping up left, right, and center. And I seen Kabuki Warriors for lost to R&R, for crying out loud, and for this is going to be my life now for the next couple of days of just, and I've had quite a few
spoilers were coming up as soon as the matches were over because I watched some of it live. I fell asleep night one, but I got through one on night
really
2. And spoilers were up on Facebook and YouTube of that. As matches
2 nights, to be honest though, I just wasn't really feeling this WrestleMania at all. I was not feeling it, but as a match, it was okay. But I'll do my 2 steps.
So are you giving it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a?
That match, I'll give it.
I'm going to. I probably should have thought of this before. I thought, what am I going to give it? I'm going to give it a thumbs up, actually, just because they tried. It was fun. I didn't like the result, but right at the start of the thing, they said, the idea is they want to sort of bring people away. And for those few hours, it worked. And it worked for me. So the next match was...
Well, like I said, I thought Nicki Cross was outstanding in that match.
Fun. She's fun.
She's a lot of fun. And she just really... She was on fire that match. And I thought, I want to give her... I thought, overall match... deserves a thumbs up from me.
King Corbin versus Elias.
I actually enjoyed that match.
Did you?
I called it with Sarah. I said to her that Elias is going to win, and I like the whole match. I like the whole storytelling. I really enjoyed all the storytelling. It felt like a grudge match, and I thought. Yeah. What they did with that and how they did it, I thought they pulled it off.
I thought it was too long. I got bored. And it just seemed to go on and on. And I'm still, although I love King Corbin's entrance music, I'm still not sold as him as a character. There's something about him that's not clicking for me.
Maybe he's doing a bit too much, maybe.
But I have to go thumbs down for the match.
I'm actually a thumbs up on that one.
Okay.
I thought, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Elias fan, and I really wanted to see more of him. I really want to see more of him, and I got that, and it ticked a few boxes.
I was actually trying to think if I've seen him wrestle before.
I haven't seen him.
Normally he comes out, he starts playing a song, he gets interrupted, and he goes away. I can't recall actually seeing him wrestle before.
Mainly, he's normally the squash. He's normally getting squash in the squash match normally, and I found that to be a bit different. And you can see him wrestle, and there was elements, especially how he looked. I was thinking he could easily pull off a Macho Man, but. Saying that though, I really enjoyed that match, and I called that match with Sarah. And I said, I think Elias is going to win, and he did, and I was chuffed with it. Bit of retribution.
So next up, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler.
My God, that's been the match of one of the matches of the nights, personally.
See, I was really enjoying it, but to me, it ended right as it started to get going. I would have liked to have been twice the length, because they were belting each other good and proper, and then it just sort of ended just like that. It was just like, look, and I thoroughly disagree with the result.
Okay, I got a thing for you.
I was enjoying it.
One thing I will say about this though is this is going to set up another match down the road. Okay, I was hoping that Baszler was going to win, but how Becky won with the roll up, well, not roll up, but almost like just from the special move and rolled into a pin, and having that was like a veteran move. But the thing as well though, it doesn't take away anything from Shayna Baszler at all. It still made her look.
That's what Bret Hart used to pin Roddy Piper, wasn't it? Just the roll over. But
And don't forget as well though, Roddy Piper doesn't get pinned clean at all. He's a very clean person. And the thing is as well, by doing this as well, it hasn't taken away any legitimacy from Shayna Baszler as a strong competitor. It hasn't taken that away. So in a way, it doesn't. 100%. If you do, no, I'll come round and slay the smack down your candy ass, coronavirus or not. Honestly,
please,
the voice of reason.
Without your beard, you now look like a baby's bum.
No, it's not as smooth as a baby's bum. No, I did it for cosplay.
So, are you giving that match an up, a down, or a near?
Complete up. What the match of the night? The ending was perfect. It suited the booking completely.
I wanted more. All right, then. Next up.
When that happened, I thought that was a really good surprise.
So next up, we've got Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan.
Oh, God, this match really was pouring the arse off of me. It really was.
Really? I really enjoyed it because I liked Sami Zayn running away, and then Daniel Bryan was brutal. He was just, and then again, it had the very sudden sort of. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I would have liked. The only thing that frustrates because Sami Zayn is a fantastic wrestler.
I was saying the same thing there.
And so I would have liked more, but I do like his chicken shit heel routine. It's funny. It entertains me. That's what it's about.
But once the match started going on, and I said to Sarah, well, he's going to retain. Yeah, 100% is going to retain. They're going to give him a chance to, and he did retain. But like I said, Daniel Bryan was absolutely brutal in that match. And I love as well the relationship that he's building with Gulak as well.
Yeah, I like that. Have you seen some of the clips on Twitter and that they've been doing?
No, I haven't. I got to catch up.
So funny, so funny.
As a tag team.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to go to tag team. But are you giving the match an up? Or an
I'll give it an up. Like I said, take away the first 5 minutes. It still deserves a thumbs up.
I'm going to. So after that, it was John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Jimmy Uso in that ladder match.
I didn't see the point of that match at all, personally.
I spent most of that match wincing because you've never heard before. You know, when they go onto the ladders and all that, you've never heard the flesh really hitting the steel as much as you could do then. And so I just kept going, oh! It made it seem more painful to me, like really looked like it hurt badly. Whereas you've not been, yes, it's going to hurt before, but you've always had the crowd noise, like softening the blows. I think now you actually heard it in all its glory, and that twisting whatever it is John Morrison did off the ropes onto the guy on the ladder was a thing of beauty. It was spectacular.
That was so on point. I mean, to be honest though, there was parts of that match. I mean, the problem I got with that match, only one problem. basically. It's the whole shtick, what they do with the ladders, like waiting, stalling, things like that. When there's more people, you can do that. But when it's just three of you, when it's supposed to be a tag team triple threat, you can't do that. And I think they were setting up spots, but I think they're taking the time a bit too long to set up the next spot. And I think that match should not have been a match. I don't think it worked as a ladder match just for three people. And I will go type of match, thumbs down. But match-wise with the three of us, without the ladders, thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I enjoyed that. So that moves us on to Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens.
Great match.
Yeah.
Loved it. Good storytelling. Good build.
I love the fake ending. Because when it went to DQ, I was legitimately pissed. I was like, oh, that's rubbish. And then, of course, it restarted. I was like, got me. That was great. Loved it.
I was reeled in. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
And so basically, Kevin Owens has won 2 matches of WrestleMania. In a way.
That was great. I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. And he jumped off the Mania sign. It's like, why did he do that?
It's either go big or go home.
Oh, yeah. But absolutely loved that match. So I think thumbs up for that one.
Definitely a thumbs up.
Next up, Goldberg versus Braun Strowman.
This is the match I had spoiled for me. I was shopping and I heard someone over talking and I went, But to be honest though, I'm still happy with what Roman Reigns done by not competing because there's leukemia and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
he had to. Yeah.
I completely commend him for stepping up and doing that. But as a match as a whole, didn't feel it at all.
Funny enough, I did because he Goldberged Goldberg. And I really like Braun Strowman. You see him outside, he seems like a really cool chap. He's an absolute beast to look at. I like what he does. He's fun. I think I would have rathered Keith Lee do it because I'm really high on Keith Lee. But no, I'm hoping this is the start of Braun Strowman actually being a monster and staying on top for a while.
This is a problem I have, right? This is the problem I have. They've built him up so many times, and he's almost been a Kane. He's always been a Kane at the WWE. Kane 2.0. And they build him up so much, and then they just take the rug from under his feet. And they've done that.
They've never really pulled the full trigger, have they?
No, literally. They always misfired with him. Always. And they're doing it just to piss us off. Because he's so legitimate. And what you said about outdoing Goldberg, that does make sense. But the thing is as well, though, I just hope he doesn't do the same thing what they did with the Intercontinental Championship. Then drop it.
Take it off him on Monday, yeah. I hope not. But I liked it, and I have to give it a thumbs up.
I'm there with it.
Okay. So, the Boneyard match.
Basically a B movie.
I absolutely loved it.
There was parts I thought, oh, okay, and there's parts I actually liked. There was a spot which I was half expecting when AJ was in the tractor. I was half expecting Kane.
Yeah.
Half expecting, even with the flames as well, through. I was half expecting Kane again.
I was expecting Kane to turn up to get rid of the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
Or the Druids. Because it was at one point it was about 7-on-1. And I thought maybe Kane will just come and get rid of the excess, which would have been cool. But I loved it. It had music. The music was peaking and troughing, and it was just, yelling at each. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I want more of it. This is what Taker needs to be doing now because he can't go in the ring like he used to. But here, he looked like a badass again, and it gets 2 thumbs up from me because it was so much fun and ludicrous.
I'm still going to give a thumbs up because it was cheese. It was more cheese that we should have had. I liked how I understand what they're doing. They're doing something different with it, completely different. I commend them their ingenuity. I really do. But I just think that had a few things missing just to make it more of a pop. Like I say, Kane was missing. You had the Druid. And I loved AJ driving up with the hearse and in the coffin. I thought that was amazing. The OC was amazing in it as well. I thought that Anderson and Gowers, I thought that was amazing. But there was a few little bits I think they could have just added in just to just get more of a bit of fan service, because it was borderline like a B movie, and I think they could have really done a bit more with it. It's
I thought it was absolute perfection.
Right. I was like this for a while, and then as the match was happening, I was like going, "Oh, actually, I am actually enjoying it secretly."
Oh, I loved it. I was whooping and hollering. It made me laugh. I really enjoyed it. It was just the throwbacks and the things it was doing. Loved it. So I'm trying to keep this video to around 20 minutes-ish. Overall, for night 1, are you giving it a thumbs up at it or at
There's only been a couple of quality matches, okay, but overall, I'm a down overall.
Really?
Yeah, really.
See, I'm taking everything into consideration.
I
That has to go up.
I
seriously enjoyed it. It was escapism. It was fun. It had some good matches. It had the Boneyard match, and you're going to have your mind blown part 2. You just wait.
It just feels like dark matches. These are all dark matches. That's what it reminds me of. But to be honest, though, it's just I'm looking because there's no crowd. I'm seeing things and hearing things that you not normally would have when you got a crowd. The crowd is a good dynamic. They could have put in fake crowd noises in. If they did, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. I need to have that crowd. This is the first time I haven't watched any of the matches since it's been in the developmental center. I haven't because I can't. I just can't.
I've seen a couple, and because I wanted to dip my toe in it before Mania, but no, I think what they're doing is great. They're keeping themselves safe, but they're still providing a bit of entertainment. It wasn't WrestleMania. It was not the biggest stage, but it was a bloody good show, taking everything into account.
Okay, so what you're saying, as a show, just for the content, yes. For the spectacle, no.
Oh, it had no spectacle. Other than the Boneyard match was pure spectacle, thinking about it. But other than that,
for the content, the entertainment, but spectacle, I'm going to go down.
Well, I'm going to end the video there because we'll still have part 2 to discuss. So you need to go and watch that Firefly Funhouse match. No words. Grow your beard back, and I'll catch up with you in a bit.
You will.
So that was our thoughts on WrestleMania Night 1. We'll be recording Night 2 shortly after he's watched it. But for now, I'll have to leave you with a message from a special guest.
This is Erwin Ashaiser here from one half of Money Incorporated. I have a message for you guys out there. There's one thing more than I hate than tax evaders. It's lockdown evaders. Stay home, stay safe, and remember, do your taxes.
Fingers on plastic.